decide to continue record the video. So just a brief speaking, I'm able to connect to my just forget this one to my IP addresses. So if I go to home, okay, it's okay. If I go to this IP addresses and go to this one, and you can actually see. Okay, it's okay because I didn't turn on my local image, but if I turn on the local image, something like this one. And by the way, I have been spending like several hours, like 6 to 8 hours, just to find a solution to do some kind of port forwarding between routers. So I will just download a diagram that can describe this easier for you guys to see. So just give me a second. I open my documentation now first. So the way, first okay, so the way I do it very simple. So we have two network area, right? As you already know. Let me just this one. So this is server router, and this is ISP router. So basically, a DMZ host mean if you look at the internet, you can basically that I set a DMZ host, and I put my servers ahead of the router, so it's really something like that. So the way I set up is really different. So from the user for the internet, right? And here is actually the place I have, and the virtual server. The virtual server. This one. You can think of virtual servers like something like this one. So the user can just simply accessing this IP addresses, I think, to the ISP routers. And for this guy, it actually forwarding it. The DMZ host is actually forwarding the request to the server routers. So basically, I am the users here in the ISP router. If I connect to the Wi-Fi, so if this is home, right? And for another, I can be a guest user. So guest user is basically connected to the ISP router. Okay. And server router is actually this the IP address of server router. So we can think of a server router is like, okay, let me draw a router instead of these obvious things. Okay, and it has an okay, so something like that. So if you understand it, I mean the way it go is very simple. First is go with to is we go to 23 and 134, and this guy actually claiming one of the IP addresses in this range. So Yeah, you can think something like that. Basically, a guest user is a user who actually connect to my Wi-Fi. Something like that. And this guy cannot connect to my virtual servers. So basically, I have to connect it manually. So the virtual servers, uh, you know, the virtual server is basically. Let me just change this one for a second. To the host. So it's not necessarily so this is how I do it, the one IP address is that's 24. So the virtual server can actually claiming on server on IP address here. So if you claim an IP something like 192.168.0.1x. Yeah, so basically the guy who connect to my servers is all going to virtual server. So the idea is very clean and simple. I'm gonna tell you how much easy it is, but since I able to do it, it's so simple, and I do all kind of port forwarding here. So how it connect to this virtual server, the way is very simple. You basically make a request here, and if you check the virtual servers IP addresses, so just to demonstrate you a little bit easier, I will go to my server router. So this is my first router, and if you look at this first, the interface setup is okay. This is my IP address, right? So the interface setup will be something like okay, so the WAN is PPOE, so we don't have to think about it too much. The LAN is matter. The LAN is I change the IP addresses from, so the IP addresses of this router in LAN will be 192.168, so 1, and if you have some this DHCP IP range, that client can claim. So this apply for the whole network, for the Wi-Fi as well as the LAN. So where we connect to the LAN network can claim this IP addresses. About the DMZ hosts, I go to NAT and go to. So there's one question here. So if I enable this one, okay. So just one thing I would like to do before continue, I can try to remove this one. So there's no rule, right? So if you connect to my server, it will definitely fail. And by the way, I need to Docker run to my NGX first. So if I connect to my local host, for example, I know exactly my IP address here is okay. Let me just change my something like that, and then I find it. So this guy currently, okay, that's pretty weird. Yeah, it's okay. So if you look at the NAT, I will enable it anyways to this guy. And if you at F5, you go back to the interface setup and you go check LAN. Advanced setup and you check the NAT. Yeah, so basically you see that now here's the most important thing. If I switch my just show you one more last thing before I move on. If I visit my second router, which is this router, I think. Yeah, you have to use Firefox for that. It's kind of very inconvenient, but you have to deal with it somehow. So now if I go to this web page, you can go to either 1.0 or the 0.2, same things. But I will just go with 1.1 for now. Yeah. So if you look at my network, no, and NAT, and go to virtual server, you can see that this is IP addresses. Obviously, you can change it to something else. You can change it to AT. So yeah. So let's try to connect from. Now I will try to connect to my first router. Okay, and first need to stop my LAN network first, and then connect to my Wi-Fi. Okay, and now I will connect to my home network here. So the difference is that now my IP addresses of this network will be 04. So this is my new network. Right. So I won't do this like this because it's you will not able to connect to the port address you want to connect. So it's not recommended to do this way. It will fail. It will fail if your connection refuse. So instead of doing this, I simply say I will just connect to my LAN network instead, and then I'm not sure how to do this a bit easier for you guys, but I will actually connect to my I don't know, I will just test with this one. I will just remove this one, so you can see it's hello world here. Now if I check my phone now, of course you guys won't see it, but if I check my phone now, I definitely will see. 1 second. Yeah, I definitely will see my hello world. That's my way to prove this. Another way I can do it is by visiting my AWS account. Yeah. So let me just go to EC2 instance. Oh, let me check billing before I do anything else. I'm not sure if my billing is run up or something, but anyways, I will just launch a very small instance. Perhaps the only goal I want to do is try to yeah, launch instance. It probably will take some time. I'm not very worried about this one. I need to check the security group first, so just go security, probably this one. So source is okay. Okay, that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. So let's just wait for a few seconds. Yeah, so the idea is very simple. I mean, the only thing you want to do is actually doing some nothing like this one. And for my main router, if I check my main router here, this is my LAN IP address. Okay, so if I check here, you can actually see my WAN connection. Yeah, so I set it to South. This is my WAN IP addresses. I claim from the first router, and this is the DNS server of my. You don't need to put it in; it will automatically fill it for you. So you just set for good. So this is from ISP provider, the internet service provider. The rest is just you just make sure the gateway is actually connect to. It's LAN to WAN, right? So it's a connection between routers. So yeah, so the LAN to WAN is something I think I really appreciate for it. I just realized that this season is actually taking a bit more time to do some initialization. I'm not sure why, but I think that's how it does. So if you look at my ARP, you will see that it's all my servers. So it's really too easy to expose one of my server out. For example, if I want to expose an iDRAC or something like that, I can definitely do that. I can simply say I can just let me expose my adjustable servers. For example, 120 50 system. I think 22. Yeah. So this is the adjustable servers, and I can just I can just add another virtual server here. Who's is my test? Yeah, I can add another something called Ansible. I think just go with 222 and let's go with just this. Yeah, it's okay. So just set it like this one, and then if I really want to connect to it, okay, before I do that, let me try to connect to my Nginx server first. So let me just curl to this guy. I'm not sure if I already have a curl installed. Oh shit, man. I mean, God, had to see this happening. Yeah. So if you trace route, is the trace route. I think it's called add continuous trace route. I probably just keep it there for now. I could use this in the future. So I think this is all with the router in hopping. So okay, this is the final route. But if I do trace route on my local host, it will be different. So it will be just pointing to my local IP addresses, which is this guy, which is my router. So that is how DMZ hosts are running, right? It's really simple as that. So basically, I think okay, I use a lot of KMS key lately. I think KMS is actually huge for this one. I think mostly it costs. Okay, it's just one key. Okay, that's fine. I think the request could be more. I'm not sure. This is the 1,000 requests, I think. So as a conclusion, I mean, it's working for the current setup. I think you can rewatch videos, pause in any place you can want to see. Otherwise, okay, let's just do SSH to the my server again, so we can see I'm able to do that. But if I connect to my okay, let me just curl to my domain. It's okay if I do like tab. Okay, otherwise I can just go with 20,000. So yeah, so it is active. Even if I not connect to my server, even if let me just close edges for now, we don't need that anymore. Even if I just connect to my Wi-Fi, which is the not in a different network, you know, I still able to connect to my SA servers. So with the tab port 22. Yeah, so this is in my local network, and meanwhile I connect to the domain. And if I do something like this one, okay, just okay, I should about that. Trace route tab 22 is actually pointing to my public IP addresses. So I think it's really good to have this one running. I'm really happy for the outcome. It just takes so much time to have this working, and yeah, I mean, yeah. So the virtual server is something really good. A combination of virtual server, DMZ host, and LAN WAN is something really make me happy. See you guys in the next video. This is very meaningful for me. Thank you.